Try to think about the first time your eyes caught the sight of a colorful bird just outside your window. The joyful glee that transpired, a childlike excitement sparking wonderment. This feel-good emotion that birds can create in a person is thought to be universal. Everyone, whether a birder or not, is likely to be affected in the same way. No other wild animal is as available to watch in our neighborhoods as birds are, and more importantly, as diverse. Small ones like finches or warblers, the common pot-bellied thrush running across our lawns, large high-spirited characters like blue jays, or the clever big-brained crow. The potential for an array of birds just out your front door is amazing, but more amazing is the fact that their presence can make us happier beings on this planet. In a study from a few years ago led by University of Exeter researcher Daniel Cox, it was discovered that people who live in neighborhoods with more birds, shrubs, and trees are less likely to suffer from depression, anxiety, and stress. Whether living in suburban or urban areas, there really are mental benefits to people that can see birds and greenery. An interesting part of the research revealed that the time of day matters too, as afternoon bird abundance really showed a positive correlation with lower levels of stress or feeling down. Another intriguing thing to note is that it apparently didn't matter what bird is seen, robin, crow, or whatever, just as long as people saw many birds from their windows or out in their neighborhood. This is probably because not everyone is able to identify different bird species, so it really doesn't matter what they are seeing. Other studies back these findings, as one from 2012, the European Quality of Life Survey, also explore the connection between species diversity around homes and cities and how it relates to happiness in people, but on a broader scale. More than 26,000 adults from 26 European countries were surveyed, with their results across Europe showing the same. The happiest people are those who see many bird species in their day-to-day life. Birds are the best indicators of biological diversity since they are the most readily seen animal in nature. Even if you cannot see them, they are often heard. The connection that we have to the natural world is more ingrained in our DNA than we may realize or care to admit. Numerous studies have shown how important nature is to the human mind. And so the reason seeing birds has a positive effect on humans is that birds live where natural habitats exist. They go hand in hand. And they are the most common animals seen in the surroundings. Seeing birds in our environment help to restore our confidence that the earth is okay. On top of that, as people watch birds, they are in a more relaxed state and feel a connection to nature, something that is really important. For this, it makes sense why the simple act of birdwatching can have such positive benefits. Perhaps all of these reasons are why most birds are so popular and why we love to watch them. And I mean, look at these beings. There are so many wonderful varieties. What a phenomenal life form. Don't underestimate the need for us to have sufficient green space in our lives. The fact that we actually need birds for our own well-being is just another reason why the conservation of nature is imperative. More so than ever, especially with reports of biological diversity currently in steep decline. We really need to step up and protect our lovely natural habitats. I want to share my own experience. Birds have been really good for my mental health. I've suffered from depression and anxiety off and on for much of my life. However, over a decade ago, when I stepped outside to go for a walk on one late winter afternoon after a terrible storm-filled season and some depression, I was lifted almost immediately when I saw the flicker of a bird. The way I felt after seeing those birds that day, chickadees, woodpeckers, gray jays, was completely devoid of any troubles. When I went home that evening, I was already looking forward to the next day so I could go out again, and that I did, over and over, right up to this very point in my life right now. That was the driver for my love of birding. More importantly, that was what led me to acquire many feathered friends from doing so, and one heck of an incredible experience that I still struggle to express properly in words. Still to this day, I feel better and more relaxed when I see birds. There is one particular event that stands out in my mind. It was several years ago when my family was given the sad news that we were about to lose a very dear loved one. One of the biggest ease and comfort from the high levels of anxiety and depression was when I went out into the woods for a walk to interact with my birds. Almost immediately I would feel a great calm and relaxation. So to anyone going through a very difficult time, try to go out to watch birds. It may not take your troubles away, but it will almost certainly lower your stress and anxiety as it shifts your focus away, therefore probably helping you to cope better. That's what it did for me. So what have your experiences been like with watching birds? How have they impacted you? Comment below and share with others.
I think Spot is hitting on Sweet Girl.
Be well, and remember that the birds need our help too. Donating to nature conservation and adopting ways in our day-to-day life to help them is a good thing that we can all benefit from. I'll provide some good links to organizations down below for you to check out. Thanks for watching. Happy birding! If you'd like to support my channel, the very best way is by liking this video or sharing it with other fellow birders. One other way is by visiting my shop at LesleytheBirdNerd.com, where you can get a little something back at the same time or a gift for a friend or loved one. Thank you for the support.